I am going to take everybody outside. It has gotten a little bit warmer. It's nice to go outside, especially when it's the whole stay away from people, and I still am going to come to my favorite tree and have a conversation after I put stuff down. Then I'll explain the whole get up. Alright, so wearing one of my cosplay things. And see, people are like, what do you do? So apart from being a transformation coach and being an author, working to teach people natural healthcare solutions and how to improve their mindset to become more resilient, I like to play video games, and I have always had a penchant to dream and think outside the box, right? So when I like to cosplay, it's usually characters that I have from video games or animes or cartoons or stuff, that kind of thing. And the reason why I dressed like this today was because I needed to ask everybody a serious question, right? So from what you have experienced so far with the whole Covid-19 thing, from having to, some people not being able to work, some people losing their jobs, some people, definitely everyone having their children at home, having to help their kids with their homework, having to spend time with and make sure that they get exercise, and to kind of try to keep the house even keeled and not stressed out, being and spending time with people on a greater level than you were able to spend time with them before, right? So with all the negativity that's happening and people getting sick and people not allowed to do anything, I wanted to just throw out a small carrot, right? That, just a suggestion, a different shift of perspective. Have you ever thought that maybe what's happening right now was needed? I'm not talking about illness and people going through loss and hardship and obstacles. That's just a part of life, right? But this has actually forced people to, everything that was hidden is now coming out into the light. So systems that said that they were fine, but they're broken, right? Obviously broken now. Relationships that were strained, now you have time to work on them, or maybe you've had enough time to find out what was going in that relationship. People who have never built really good, strong relationships with their children are now able to do that. Spend quality time with your kids and help them and be with them and communicate, find a way to communicate with them, right? And not having a job or being able to have the downtime you need to pursue things that make you happy and bring you like joy, right? Why is that? And you think about that, it's like, are you really looking forward to going to work now when all of the doors open up and you can go back to the office and you can go back to driving your trucks and you can go back to putting your nose to the grindstone and going back to office meetings and paperwork and doing all those things? Are you actually excited to do that again? Because if you found something that made you happy this whole time, or that skill, maybe you decided to take some online classes and you develop skills that you enjoy, start reading up and doing things on things that you really like, right? That actually gave you the tinglies, right? That's what I call magic. When you find something in and you're in a place and you're doing something that brings you happiness and that brings value to others too, not just your own happiness, but something that you're doing and that you develop for yourself actually brings value in the world for other people, that's magic, right? This time has actually created a space for you, drawn a giant starting line all over the world so that you can choose to pivot if you want to. You've been given the time to find and do things that you enjoy, to find what brings you happiness, to learn and develop skills, to play music, to write, right? For people who've always wanted to be authors or who've never had a really good ability to communicate with their words, but they write beautifully, or they're poets, or they use words to get across emotions that they haven't been able to before. You know, becoming an author it's a real thing now, right? You've been writing this whole time. You've been taking online classes and trying new skills. And now you're starting to think, wow, maybe I can do this thing that makes me happy. And maybe I can. So that is definitely what I would call magic. Now, what I don't want to happen is that you look at yourself and you're hard on yourself. And this is what I mean. If you haven't been able to go to work, or you lost your job because of this, to think that somehow that you're lazy, right? That you enjoying yourself and doing things that you love and spending time with people that you care about, that somehow this makes you lazy and it makes you worthless because you weren't doing what you were doing before. That is incorrect. That is more wrong. I get every time I hear about that phrase, it's more wrong than as something. It's always really derogatory, or I have to find something else to do. It's an incorrect pattern of thinking. It is not good to be so hard on yourself, right? You are supposed to be on this planet to experience everything there is to experience, the good and the bad. You're not supposed to just come here and go to school in order to be able to just work a job and then work until you're 65 and maybe you live until you're 72 and then just die. What kind of life is that? If you knew that was going to be your life, would you come down here? I mean, seriously, there are so many things for you to do and to enjoy. If we have learned nothing from quarantine and shelter in place and becoming a community and sharing our toilet paper and helping people with food who haven't been able to get food, if we have learned nothing else, nothing, we should have learned that going back to normal is not exactly a good thing. Because if you weren't extremely happy with your normal, you're not going to be happy when you go back. And if you didn't love your job then, you're not going to love it now. If systems that were broken in our government were broken before and we go exactly back to where we started from, it's still broken. So just a little bit of perspective for you, right? Something to consider in this very special, unusual, history-making moment, right? Mankind-defining moment that is happening right now. Choose to pivot. If you can gain the strength and the courage to do what makes you happy, then do it. And that's what I want to leave with you today. This is Nuala K. Taylor with Transform Your Life, You Under Reconstruction, talking about ways to help you to find your happy, right? With absolutely natural solutions. And making a change is the only thing that you are the only person that can control that. So think about that. Think about that. When things are out of control, your best case scenario is controlling what you can. So if you absolutely have a choice to make right now, make a good one. So wait, before you go, I always forget to do this, so I need to start reminding myself every single time. Please subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment below about your feedback about what you were listening to and seeing today. And don't forget to hit that subscribe bell so that you know when new videos are coming out. Thanks so much. See you later.